Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, this is a reminder for you to do so. Just click on that red subscribe button down below and click the bell icon beside it. Thank you. My last update about Twist of Faith was how Ranbir tried to free Prachi from the kidnappers, not knowing that Prachi has already freed herself, and at the end of the day, Ranbir got kidnapped as well. So this update is a continuation of that. Prachi realized that Ranbir has been captured by the kidnappers after she escaped, and she thinks that if she goes back, then she might get trapped again, but she still thinks that she would go inside and check for Ranbir because Ranbir might have come there to save her and he got trapped instead. Ranbir tells the goons that he can run faster than them and he runs, and the goons run behind him and catch him. Gudu praises himself that he caught Ranbir, and Mahenda asks them to take Ranbir and tie him with Prachi, and he asks that why hasn't the priest come yet. Ranbir asks that why are they waiting for the priest, and Gudu says that his boss is going to marry Prachi. Ranbir asks Mahenda if this is the age of marriage, and Mahenda says that his boss is marrying Prachi and that is what he knows, and they take Ranbir to tie him down with Prachi, not knowing that Prachi has escaped. Abhi comes to Sarita's house and Shahana tells him that Sarita wanted to go to the police station, so she has locked her in the room. Abhi asks Shahana to open the door and bring Sarita, and Shahana asks if she can also go with Abhi, and Abhi says yes. Shahana opens the door and checks for Sarita, and she realizes that Sarita is not there, and Abhi says that Sarita must have gone to the police station. Mahenda's goons bring Ranbir to the place where Prachi was kept tied down, and they realize that Prachi is missing. Gudu says that they have to search for Prachi, and Ranbir asks the goon to tell him about his family, and the goon started telling Ranbir about his family members, but the other goon stops him and Prachi looks at Ranbir from outside. Pragya says that they will get the exact location through the CCTV footage, and they check the CCTV footage on the road and they saw Prachi running on the road. The inspector says that they have many footage and others are loading now. Abhi and Shahana comes to the police station and Shahana sees Pragya and says that that is her aunt, but Abhi doesn't see Pragya that was coming towards them. Pragya keeps her phone on the table and Abhi stops by the inspector who says that he got some information about Prachi. The ACP says that they have retrieved only a small footage and they are waiting for the rest. And Abhi says that they can't wait for 15 minutes and says that they have to do something immediately. And he asks the inspector if he knows how it feels when someone's daughter goes missing. Rhea comes to Sanju's hotel room and asks his friend where he is. Sanju's friend says that he doesn't know, and Rhea says that the police are standing outside and they will arrest him and he will be jailed for 15 years if he doesn't tell her anything about Sanju. And Sanju's friend says that Sanju has arranged the money and he went to the garden near Yamuna River, and he asks if the police will still arrest him now. Rhea says no and asks him not to tell Sanju that she is looking for him. Gudu comes to Mahenda and Mahenda says that nobody should mention Sanju's name until the girl, that is Prachi, marries him. And Gudu tries to say something, but Mahenda slaps him, and Gudu says that the bride, that is Prachi, has run away. Prachi comes to Ranbir and asks that what is he doing there. Ranbir says that he has come to save Prachi, and Prachi says that Ranbir should not irritate her because she is also here to save him as well. And Ranbir says okay and asks Prachi to free his hands. Prachi says that this is the best time for something, and Ranbir says what time. Prachi asks Ranbir to apologize to her, and Ranbir asks that for what. Prachi says that Ranbir drove the car fast and that was why she got down from the car, and she asks him to say sorry for that. Ranbir finally says sorry to Prachi after an argument, and he concludes that he came to rescue Prachi, but Prachi says that she was not kidnapped but someone brought her here. Ranbir says that what is the difference, and Prachi says that the difference is that no ransom was asked for from our family, and Ranbir says that it was Prachi's lover that kidnapped her because the goon told him that his boss wants to marry Prachi, and maybe their boss is blind and he wants to force himself on Prachi. Prachi frees Ranbir's hand and asks him to come and says that she would fight with him later. Mahenda and the goon slaps each other, and Mahenda asks that do they know why he beat them, and another goon comes and says that both Ranbir and Prachi had run away, and Mahenda asks his goons to catch both of them quickly. Ranbir and Prachi comes to Ranbir's car and leave. Mahenda asks his goons to bring the car and they leave following them. Sanju calls Mahenda and Mahenda says that Prachi had run away with Ranbir. Sanju asks if he was Ranbir Kapoor, but Mahenda says that he was someone else and not Ranbir Kapoor. And Sanju asks Mahenda to bring both Ranbir and Prachi to him. Ranbir asks Prachi in the car why the goons brought her here, and Prachi says that she has seen them murdering the waiter and that was why they kidnapped her. Prachi saw the goons' car coming towards them and she asked Ranbir to increase the speed, and she asked him to take left and right. Mahendra stops the car and gets down and says that Ranbir and Prachi will be in their Gordon by now, and he asks his men to return to their Gordon. Gudu says that why should they return, and Mahendra says that the U-turn that Ranbir and Prachi took right now will take them back to their Gordon, and they sit in their car and leaves. Prachi tells Ranbir that the goons are no more following them, and Ranbir says that they did it, but Prachi says that she was the one that did it. Ranbir says that if he did not drive, then they wouldn't have been saved, and Prachi says that she was the one that told Ranbir about the directions, and Ranbir says that where they were now seems to be familiar, and it looks like they are back at the same Gordon, and they tried to take the car back, but they found the goons' car behind and in front of their car, and Mahendra asked them to get down from the car, and the goons laugh. Mahendra laughs looking at Ranbir and Prachi, and Gudu asks Ranbir and Prachi to come, and Mahendra asks them to come home silently, and Ranbir tells Prachi that Mahendra is asking them to go home, but Mahendra asks them to go inside silently, and they took them inside and tied them together on the chair. Mahendra says that Ranbir and Prachi can now run away and he will not run after them, and he laughs and goes. Prachi asks Ranbir to think how to leave from there, and Ranbir says that he's already thinking about this, and Prachi says that the goons will not know when they would run away. Ranbir says that they have to untie each other's hand and then escape from there, and Prachi says yes. Ranbir says that they were trapped because of Prachi, because if she had not asked him to take U-turn, then they would have gotten home by now. And Prachi says that Ranbir is blaming her even after she saw the murder of the waiter happening in real life. And Ranbir cannot understand what it means to see someone killing someone in real life. And the man they killed was the same waiter who made her unconscious at the party. Prachi says that she knows that the goons are dangerous and they can kill her as well, so she somehow escaped, but then she returned to save Ranbir, seeing his car outside, and she saw Ranbir at the principal's house as well. And Ranbir says that he is a bad guy, and Prachi says that she doesn't have a phone, else she would have done something. Ranbir says that he has his phone and he asked Prachi to take it out from his pocket. Prachi says that she will call Mr. Mera and he will free them. And Ranbir says that Prachi trusts Chief like a do. And Prachi says that she has never seen her father and she did not see his picture either. So she trusts Abhi like her father. And Ranbir asks Prachi to take out his phone from his pocket. Abhi was sitting in the police station and Pragya comes there and takes her phone and leaves immediately without seeing Abhi. And Abhi turns to look at her, but she was already gone. Sanju comes to the Gordon and asks the goons to play band and baja, and the goon compliments him and says that he is looking good today. Rhea comes there and asks Sanju that where is Prachi, and she grabs Sanju's collar. Sanju asks Rhea to stay away from him and says that he is wearing costly clothes, and Sanju goes inside with a gun. Rhea asks that why is Sanju wearing a marriage cloth, and she shouts. Mahendra comes to Ranbir and Prachi and asks that what is going on. Ranbir says that their hands are tied and they are not moving, and Gudu says that how come the chairs came together then. Ranbir asks that what are they saying, and Ranbir asks others if Gudu doesn't look like Salman Khan, and Gudu was very happy, and Ranbir says that he is Salman Khan's brother, and he tells Mahendra that he is Rhea's Shah Khan, and says that the girl behind him, that is Prachi, is the pocket of his trouble, and it was because his hands were tied, else he would have kept her mouth shut. Prachi asks that what do Ranbir think of himself and says that one woman is heavy on everyone, and Ranbir says that Prachi talks too much, and Prachi asks Ranbir not to make her angry, and Ranbir says that blood is coming out from his ears because of Prachi's talk, and Prachi says that it was because her hands are tied, else she would have shown Ranbir. Mahendra says that both Prachi and Ranbir are mad, and he asks his goons to let them fight, and Ranbir tells Prachi that the goons are also fed up with their fight, so they should use that opportunity to fool them. Prachi says that when Ranbir talked about Luke, she thought of something else, and Ranbir says that they should decide what to do fast. The priest comes there and asks that who is the groom. Sanju asks the priest's wife if the priest is her husband, and she says yes. Sanju says that he would hide his face with the Sarah and do the marriage. And Rhea comes there and asks that what is Sanju doing in the groom's costume. Sanju says that this is the priest and this is the priest's wife and he is the groom, and Rhea asks that what is happening here. Sanju says that he is marrying Prachi here and he asks Rhea if she cannot understand. And Rhea says that Sanju cannot marry Prachi. And Sanju asks Rhea to keep her mouth shut, else he would inform her father what had happened on the Diwali night. Rhea says that how dare Sanju threaten Rhea Mera, and Sanju says yes, he is threatening her directly and he would call Abhi and inform him everything about her being responsible for everything that happened with Prachi. And Rhea goes angrily. Sanju says that Rhea looks good when she gets angry, but not more than Prachi. Ranbir asks Prachi to take off his phone from his pocket, and Ranbir laughs as Prachi touches him to get the phone. And Prachi managed to get the phone, and Ranbir asks Prachi to throw the phone on his thighs, and Prachi keeps the phone on Ranbir's thighs. Ranbir tries to get the phone using his mouth, but he couldn't take it and he mistakenly drops the phone on the floor and he asks Prachi to pick it. Prachi says that even her own hands are tied, so how would they call anyone? And Ranbir asks Prachi to call Chief using her toes. Prachi says that she can't remember Mr. Mera's number and Ranbir asks Prachi to dial 100, but Prachi says that she would call her mother because she knows how to come out of such trouble. Ranbir asks if Prachi gets kidnapped often and they argue again. Later, Prachi asks about Ranbir's phone password and Ranbir says that 123456 and Prachi says that she knows that Ranbir's password must be something like that and Ranbir says that it will give Prachi an award of most honest person. Prachi dials Pragya's number and the phone rings and Ranbir asks Prachi to switch off the speaker. Pragya picks the call and Prachi calls her mother and says that she was kidnapped and Pragya tells Sarita that Prachi called from Ranbir's phone. Ranbir sees the goon coming and says, "Hello auntie, we are kidnapped, tied and kept in a gordon." And Prachi also sees the goon and eyes the phone under her foot. And the goon asks if they think that he is their auntie and he says that his boss will think of what to do with them. And Prachi asks that what? And the goons get doubtful and looks at them thinking of what the two of them are up to. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.